Welcome back to another video. And yeah, some of you guys might have wondered what happened to the bug. Well, here it is in all of its glory. Well, not really. It's been like sitting for 3 months now. The car just won't run. So the problem was, it wasn't actually misfiring. It had, the exhaust was knocked off because the car's so low. I knocked the exhaust. When I knocked the exhaust, it actually popped off all 4 bolts at the back of the engine. So it was completely loose. It like was loud as hell. So I fixed that. That wasn't too hard to fix. The J-pipes are still too short to reach the main box. So that's one thing I have to like weld or something. And then also the carburetor had like this bogging issue where as you put your foot down, the car would just like shake and not go anywhere or stall out. So I fixed that by buying a Weber carb, so I have a 36 Weber on it now. But then I had a problem where the throttle cable was too short because of the positioning of a Weber carb. So I had to buy a few adapter plates and a longer throttle cable. Luckily Carlu saved me there, so shout out Carlu. So yeah, and then I actually popped on a marketplace, or no, Carlu also told me this, and he got me into contact with a guy who sold the adjustable beam. So that means I can like adjust the front suspension of a bug like coilovers on a normal car. So that's interesting. Got a few things to do, and today I have to go to the shopping center or to the workshops or whatever to buy a few things. Spray paint for the adapter plates, a new spring for the carb just to extend those throttle because it doesn't feel like it has throttle response at the moment. And the Yorf's camera is getting heavy. And what else? Yeah, I think spray paint the spring. I need oil because this car's been sitting for a while, so I still have to do that, and it's low on oil. And yeah, it's a few other things. I made a list. I can't remember what's exactly on it, but yeah, here she is. I don't know how good you can tell at the moment, but that's the Weber carb. It's a lot bigger than the first one, and that's the adapter plate. And also it has like this little adapter plate here, so it's 1, 2, and then it goes there. I need a gasket for this piece over here, that part, and that part. And then just a spring to follow from the back there, and the dog just escaped. Anyway, so yeah, and then just the air filter, but I'm cutting out the old one I have laying around to fit there. And then everything should work again. I did, oh wow, I'm white as hell. Let me just fix that real quick. Yeah, so I did actually, what do you call it? Drove the car around and started it. It started fine the first time, like it idled fine, everything. But then the second time it idled like very high. Like I think that's maybe a boost. It's not boost leak because I'm not running boost, but an air leak or vacuum leak maybe somewhere. So I think that's the problem there. And then this is basically the front beam. It's a little bit rusty, but I'm not going to be using this like the drums because I have disc brakes in the front. And then also not the ball joints as well as the swing axle arms. I'm not going to be using these ones. I basically just need this whole tower here. That's all I need. As you can see, the difference is this one has these adjusters over here, which basically an Allen key here and a bolt at the bottom. I don't know if you can see the bolt. Yeah, there's the bolt. It's very dark. But yeah, when you basically loosen that and the whole thing just like angles like the swing axles. The angle, and that's how you adjust for height on a Beetle, because there's like these leaf springs in the inside of the beam, and that's basically it. So then I have to swap this for the one in the car at the moment, but I need to buy like spray paint to like fix that up and make it look nicer, and also rust proof. So I went to the shops. They pretty much didn't have anything because it's like Saturday, so it's after Black Friday, so I'm guessing they sold a lot of things. But I bought the bolts for the adapters, bought some cork for the adapter gaskets, I guess, but they're very thick, so I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll have to wait and check. So I've been busy now with the beam. Actually, it's actually supposed to be lost because I have to work on the car to get it running, but you know, get it look nice while it's sitting here. But yeah, I've been working on a beam. That's been a struggle. I used like all the tools to get that beam open because everything's rusted, it's old, it's just a mess to work with. So yeah, but I got it to a certain point where I just have to remove what's it called, this, not a swing bar, the stability bar, stability arm if you want to call it that. But yeah, I still have to remove that, and then I can remove the bottom swing arms, and then I'll be with the beam, the centerpiece with it, what I need. I mean that piece is going to come on the beam, replace the centerpiece on the beam in the car. As in, oh my word, this is a tongue twister. So that piece needs to go in that piece, so I have to switch the two but keep these swing arms that's in the car at the moment. I hope you guys made sense of that, because I really didn't. Yeah, so this is what I'm stuck with now. As you can see, that swing arm is removed, that's the top one as well as that one. So there's the blades, I mean that side as well. I mean this I have to remove this part here to get that one off and this one off. So I basically just need this beam over here, because this one has adjusters. So what this does is you basically loosen it and you flip the blades inside. So by rotating these blades, let me just crank that up. By rotating these blades like this, you angle the swing arms up or down, which lowers and heightens the car. So yeah, that's gonna go in here. Okay, so I'm gonna call that a day. Really didn't do what I wanted to do, but at least I got the beam to like the centerpiece of the beam now. So yeah, I'll continue this video on. So for you it will be like a split second, for me it'll be a couple of days. So whenever I got the rest of the stuff I need or time, I'll work on the car and then I'll put that in. Look at this distinctive gentleman. No respect. So it's a few days later. I bought a big boy can of oil, which you can see there. So yeah, now I can do oil change on this car. That's one of the things I want to do. The cork I bought was like way too big, so this won't work for a gasket because you can see it's pretty thick. So yeah, I have to buy new cork. Well, I say I have to, but my dad's on his way to the shop now and he's gonna buy a thinner one, see if he can find it, or hopefully he can, because that helps, because then I can put it on the top and the bottom of the adapter plate, which should help, and then put some gasket sealant on it so it doesn't leak. Because I'm thinking the reason the car revs so high at the moment is because it has an air leak. So yeah, I'll show you guys what I mean now. So this is the one adapter plate here, and then you have the main one here. So I just have to get a gasket for there and there, because at the moment there's like really no gasket at all. So, and then hopefully having also new hardware, because this one's longer. The thing is, the adapter plate doesn't line up perfectly, so this one's like smaller than that one, so it's very ghetto at the moment. As for the beam, yeah, that won't be happening in this video, mainly because it's gonna be a whole process on its own, because I have to remove the entire front suspension of the car, including the wheels, the disc brakes, everything, and the petrol tank to get to the top of a beam. So yeah, that'll be in a separate video. I don't know when that's going to be. Hopefully I can work on it next week. But I'm prepping the car now for Saturday. It is currently Thursday. Because Saturday we have a event at Mike's place. And if you don't know who that is, it's pretty much an engine import place. And yeah, I'm looking pretty much forward to that. The whole crew got invited. We went into crew tea now. And yeah, so we have to be there, well I have to be there, and the BM is like, it's cool but it's not cool because it's not stanced out or anything. So yeah, for show it's not really, for like drives and drives and breakfast runs and stuff, yeah. But yeah, so I'm trying to get this thing ready and then hopefully pitch up there. Either way I will be there because I'm a photographer for the event or something like that. Not the main photographer, I don't know, I just know my name is on the poster. So yeah, I'll be being there, so check you guys there. Okay, so it feels like forever. I finally got the carb off. So the carburetor is over here, you can see it's all its glory. And then this is the adapter plate. So this, as you can see, this is probably why it's leaking. So I'm just going to scrub the old wannabe gasket off and try and fix that. And then put the new, well, cork in it. I don't have gaskets for this, so I'll have to cut my own gaskets out of cork. A lot of people say it actually works decent, so there's one way to find out. I feel that anything I put on that at the moment is going to be better than it was currently on it. So yeah. So I got the adapter plate all scuffed down, and looking better. So yeah, now just to make a gasket for it, and hopefully that fixes everything. Because I did start the car like once and it idled fine, but as soon as I started it again and drove it, it didn't idle anymore. Well, it idled, but way too much. It's like through the roof. It's like you're putting your foot down at a robot or something. It's just like, it's not good. But I think that's setting on the carb maybe also, but it was idling great before, so that doesn't make sense because I didn't change anything. So yeah, or it's just like a bug's life and the car's deciding to be Herbie or some shit. So the gaskets are made, so they'll be going one at the bottom and one at the top, or one at the top and one at the bottom, I don't know. For this build, I guess you can say build not bought is an understatement. Because I'm literally making my own gaskets for this car at the moment. So that's one done. I think that's actually a pretty decent job. And then also from the side, as you can see, it's pretty flush. So no leaks there, I guess. Okay, so I was out now. I bought a new spring, or extra spring for the carburetor. But I took an L-shaped bracket, modified it a bit. So now I have a second spring on the carburetor, so it actually has throttle response now. So that feels better. Yeah, the carb's back on. I don't know if I showed that. And then also I jacked the car up now. Now I'm ready to put some new oil in it and drain the old oil. But yeah, I went to Flat 4 Racing for a new oil filter, and they told me like the Beetle ones are reusable, like the standard ones. So it's actually pretty cool. So I don't have to buy a new filter. I do have gaskets though, so that I don't have to make. I actually have. So yeah, I'll just, to find them is the issue, but yeah. So over there is the new spring that I put in. Basically just as the throttle goes forward, it springs back. Now it has the standard one over here, but that one works way better now. And just the bracket that's on there. And don't forget your jack stands, kids, with your jack stand under there. Yeah, basically just need to undo this and then pull that whole thing off, and then the oil will start draining from the bottom of the block, and then put new oil in from the top, and that's going to be dirty. So I'm busy with the oil now. Yeah, I can't film with this hand, but yeah, we're going. Yeah, it's quite difficult. It doesn't have a drain plug, so you have to pull out the whole pan, and by doing that you make quite a lot of mess. But yeah, I'll try and show. It's just quite difficult. Okay, I'm actually going to reuse the old one. This is the one from the previous motor. As you can see, it has a drain hole in the middle. The one we have now does not have that. So this is how it looks. So basically this whole thing needs to come off the bottom of the engine, and that's the problem at the moment because I don't have a drain plug, so that sucks. Okay, so it's Friday now, and yeah, I basically just need to connect the battery. I mean, everything should be 100%. I literally just woke up like 5 minutes ago, and the first thing I did was like run to the car. I'm like, shit, I only need to connect the battery, and then hopefully she starts and she drives. If she idles too high, that's maybe just a setting on the carb, but I think because the air leaks are gone now, this won't be a problem. I hope so. But yeah, I'm gonna get the battery connected and then I'm gonna see if she starts. Okay, let's see. We got power. Car is in neutral, I think, I hope, yes, and come on, the idle is fixed. So I'm gonna end this video here. The car still doesn't feel as fast as it should be for 36 Weber, but I think it's just fine tuning on the carb maybe. So I'm gonna work on that, and by me I mean I'm gonna ask someone to do it for me because I have no idea how carbs work. So yeah, but yeah, she's driving good. Everything else is like fine except for the pedal. It like falls back because the spring is like hitting the cable back, and then the pedal itself just bounces back and it falls on the ground. I'll show you now what I mean by that. But yeah, other than that I can't complain. She's back on the road after like 3 months, So next step will probably be doing the suspension, and yeah. Okay, this footage might be very grainy, but what I mean is the pedal is like loose, so it hits that thing there. Oh my word, there's a shit ton of rust. But anyway, this thing bounces back and then falls flat, and then I can't hit the other pedals. So I just need to tie that down to that the wheel over there. But yeah. But other than that, that's all for today. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and follow the links down below.